Hi everyone, I hope you are safe and healthy with your family and friends. This video we are going to learn about 12th Standard Accountancy, Chapter 5, Admission of your partner, exercise sum number 5. Let's read the question first. Sino and Siva are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 5:3. In the view of Kausalya admission, they decided to increase the value of a building to bring the record of investment 10,000 rupees which have not so far been brought into the account, to decrease the value of machinery by 14,000 rupees and furniture by rupees 12,000, to write off sundry creditors by 16,000 rupees. Pass journal entries and prepare the revaluation account. So what we know from this given information, Sina and Siva are the old partners. Their profit sharing ratio, old profit sharing ratio is 5:3. Who is the new partner? Kausalya is the new partner. Okay. So from this information, they are given four information. From the given four information, we are going to pass the journal entry and prepare the revaluation account like ledger account. Okay. Listen. Increase the first one to increase the value of the building 40,000 rupees. So increase the value of building means building belongs to which account? Asset account. Okay. We are going to consider only about because asset and liability. Why? Because we are at the time of admission of Kausalya is the new partner. At the time of admission, we are going to reevaluate the asset and liability. So we only consider about asset and liability from the given information. Got it? So to increase the value of a building belongs to asset account. Asset account increases, building value 40,000 increases, so asset account increases. If the asset account increases, what is the journal entry? What is the format? If the asset account increases, asset account is to be debited. Which is to be credited? Revaluation account is to be credited. If the asset account increases, revaluation account is to be credited. Asset account is to be concerned, respective asset account is to be debited. Which is the respective asset account? Building. So, building account data 40,000 rupees entered on debit side. Okay. Listen. To bring into record investment at 10,000 rupees which have not so far been brought into account. Listen. They invested. Who? Sino and Siva, old partners, invested 10,000 rupees for some purposes. But they forget to record that investment 10,000 rupees into their accounts book. Later they know, it comes to their knowledge, immediately they recorded investment 10,000 rupees. Okay? Okay. So, investment belongs to which account? Asset account or liability account? Investment belongs to asset account. So, after entered investment 10,000 rupees, their asset account increases. Got it? Got the point? After recorded their investment into their account book, their asset account increases. If their asset account increases, what is the journal entry? Whenever asset account increases, asset account concerned respective asset account is to be debited, revaluation account is to be credited. So, as per the format, investment account is to be debited 10,000 rupees. Got it? Listen. Sum number D. To write off sundry creditors by 16,000 rupees. Sundry creditors belongs to which account? Asset account or liability account? Sundry creditors belongs to liability account. We learnt about it in 11th standard journal entry. What is meant by sundry creditors? What is meant by sundry debtors? I just explain you very shortly. Sundry creditors means, say for example, when you purchased goods on credit to Arul. Okay. So, you purchased goods on what basis? On credit basis to Arul. How much rupees? 70,000 worth of goods you purchased on credit basis to Arul. During purchases, you didn't made any payment, that is called credit purchases. Okay. But you promised to Arul, you will pay that 70,000 rupees within 30 days. Within a month you will pay to Arul. Okay. So Arul agreed and Arul send that goods, 70,000 worth of goods to you. After delivered, you open the box. Okay. After delivered only, when you open the box, then only you know 16,000 worth of goods were damaged. Okay, 16,000 worth of goods were damaged. Immediately you decided those damaged goods to send back to Arul, right? Because this is the damaged goods. Okay, so this 16,000 rupees is write-off. What is meant by write-off? Write-off Sunday creditors means Arul is a creditor, you are the liability to Arul. Okay, Sunday creditors belongs to liability. You have to pay Arul 70,000 rupees you have to pay. But 16,000 worth of goods were damaged, you returned that damaged goods to Arul. So 16,000 rupees write-off from the Sunday creditors. Your credit reduced, your liability reduced, your liability account reduced after returned that damaged goods to Arul, your liability will be reduced. How much rupees? 16,000 rupees reduced. That is called to write off Sunday creditors. So your listen carefully. Sunday creditors belongs to which account? Sunday creditors belongs to liability account, right? So if the liability account decreases, what is the journal entry? What is the format? If the liability account decreases, revaluation account is to be credited, right? If the liability account decreases, revaluation account is to be credited. Which account is to be debited? Respective liability account is to be debited. Which is the respective liability account? Sunday creditors is to be debited. Okay. So Sunday creditors account is to be debited 16,000. Revaluation account is to be credited. Got it? Listen. Sunday creditors 60,000 rupees worth of goods you damaged goods you send return back to Arul. So 16,000 rupees reduce write off Sunday creditors 16,000 rupees. Say for example, I explain you with example. Okay. So your liability reduced. If your liability reduced, your liability decreases. What is the journal entry? If your liability decreases, revaluation account is to be credited. Sunday creditors account is to be debited. Okay. Then we entered. Then we have to add this all the amount 40,000 plus 10,000 plus 16,000. You will get 66,000. Credited. Okay. Next question. To decrease the value of machinery by rupees 14,000 rupees and the furniture by rupees 12,000 rupees. Okay. Decrease the value of machinery and furniture. Machinery and furniture belongs to which account? Machinery and furniture goes to asset account. Okay. So asset account decreased. Okay. So if the asset account decreases, what is the journal entry? What is the format? If the asset account decreases, what is the format? If the asset account decreases, revaluation account is to be debited. Respective asset account is to be credited. Concerned asset account is to be credited. So revaluation account is to be debited. Respective concerned asset account is to be credited. So machinery account is to be credited 14,000 rupees. Furniture asset account 12,000 rupees is to be credited. Then we have to add both the values. We will get 26,000. 26,000 is to be debited. Okay. Then after leave some space in journal entry, you have to start the revaluation account like ledger account. Okay. So what is the format? It's a T format. Ledger account is a T format. Debtor side and creditor side, both side. We created 3 columns on debtor side, particulars 2 amount column, and if necessary you have particulars and rupees on credit side, or you have also create the 3 columns on credit side. Okay. Listen. Here we have to check. We are going to prepare the revaluation account. Got it? So where is revaluation account in first transaction? Revaluation account is on credit side. Where is revaluation account is appear on the first transaction? It is on credit side. Revaluation account is on credit side. So you go to credit side. Revaluation account credit side. You go to credit side of the revaluation account. You have to enter the opposite account from the revaluation account. What is the opposite account from the revaluation account? Building account, investment account, sundry creditors account. So you have to enter the opposite account on credit side. By building account 40,000 rupees, investment account 10,000 rupees. By sundry creditors account 16,000 rupees we entered. Then come to the next transaction. We have to check it where is revaluation account. Revaluation account is appear on debit side. So on revaluation account you go to debit side on the revaluation account. You always started the word with 2 on debit side. Which account you are going to write on debit side? Opposite account from the revaluation account. Which is the opposite account from the revaluation account? Machinery account, furniture account. So you are going to enter machinery account 14,000 rupees, to furniture account 12,000 rupees we entered. Okay. So revaluation related accounts we entered in ledger account. Okay. So now we are going to find out the total. Which side we have the higher value? Debit side or credit side? Credit side we have the higher value 40,000 plus 10,000, 50,000, 60,000, 66,000. We have the higher value on credit side. So we have to consider that higher value as the total. So we have to enter that total on debit and credit side equally horizontally. Same line horizontally we entered 66,000, 6,000 on both debit and credit side. Okay. Now we are going to find out the differences, balancing figure, right? Listen, if you get the total on credit side, you will get the balancing figure on debit side, right? So as per the format, that balancing figure on debit side is called as profit. Got it? Listen, 14,000 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6, 26,000. You have to sum up this amount. You will get 26,000. Then you are going to subtract that 26,000 from 66,000. Okay. After subtracted, you will get 40,000 rupees. That 40,000 rupees is the balancing figure. This is called the profit on revaluation. Okay. So you have to write to profit on revaluation. Then that profit you have to transfer to the old partners capital account as per their old profit sharing ratio. Who are the old partners? Sinu and Siva. Okay. So we have to distribute that accumulated profit to the old partners capital account to their old profit sharing ratio. Okay. What is their profit sharing ratio? Their profit sharing ratio is 5:3. Okay. So 5:3 means 5 plus 3 equal to 8. So 5 belongs to Sinu, 3 belongs to whom? Siva. Okay. First we have to enter that 40,000 rupees. First we are going to distribute that 40,000 rupees of profit to Sinu. Okay. To his profit sharing ratio, which is how much ratio? Sinu has 5. Okay. So you have to enter 5 on numerator and some total ratio on enter on denominator. Sum of the ratio is 8. Okay. Now we are going to cancel it. 1 8 is 8. 5 8s are 40. 3 0 is to be added here. So 5,000. 5,000 into 5. 5 5s are 25. 3 0 is to be added here. So 25,000. We distributed, transfer that 25,000 profit to Sinu's capital account. Now we are going to calculate Siva's capital. Okay. Siva's profit. Okay. So 40,000 into Siva's profit sharing ratio is 3. So you have to enter that 3 on numerator. Sum of the ratio is 8. So 8 on denominator. Then we have to cancel it. 1 8 is 8. 5 8s are 40. 3 0 is to be added here. Okay. Then 5,000 into 3. 5 3s are 15. 3 0 is to be added here. 15,000. So from 40,000 profit, Siva's profit sharing profit is 15,000. We transfer that 15,000 profit to Siva's capital account. Okay. Now, what we have to do? Now we are going to pause the journal entry. Revaluation account. Where is the revaluation account? Revaluation account is on that balancing figure. We find the balancing figure from the revaluation account, right? So where is the balancing figure shows? It shows on debit side. Okay. So you go to debit side. You have to enter revaluation account is you get the profit or you get the balancing figure on debit side in the revaluation account. You go and enter revaluation account debtor. Okay. If you get the balancing figure on credit side, then you go to pause the journal entry. You have to write the revaluation account on credit side. Revaluation account is to be credited. Now you get the balancing figure on debit side. So you have to write revaluation account debtor 40,000 rupees. Entered. Okay. Then on credit side, which is to be credited? Sino's capital and Siva's capital is to be credited. Okay. So to Sino's capital account 25,000 rupees and to Siva's capital account 15,000 rupees entered. Okay. Do you have any doubt? Please comment it to the comment box. Thank you. Take care.